and welcome back to my channel Tech Tacto. I'm your host TBM Farhan Tazwar Khan, and today I'm reviewing the Instax Mini 11. So back about 100 years ago, a century ago, the first Polaroid was invented, and back then photographs were taken on big bulky cameras by professional photographers, and it was quite expensive and time consuming. Not everyone could take their pictures, and so people wanted a cheaper and efficient technology to get their snaps and also the pictures of their special moments. So thus the Polaroid was born, and back then it was a pretty revolutionary and breakthrough technology. You just had a portable camera where you could just press one button and then you would instantly have the snap of your precious moment right there in your hands on a hardware or hard copy of the photo. Well, about 80 years later, in 2021, we have what this photography has evolved into, the smartphone photography. Nowadays, every single one has a pocket camera and DSLRs too, and so they can conveniently take more and more pictures. But back then, this wasn't possible until the Polaroid was born. Even though the Polaroid was born, it was quite expensive for most persons to even own one, and so it was also a bit of a flex for anyone who would own a Polaroid. Well, although we have smartphones and DSLRs as well as mirrorless full frame cameras, Polaroids are still not dead, and Fujifilm to this date still refreshes their Instax set of cameras which uses the Polaroid technology. Okay, first up, let's talk about how to use this thing. So you will need two things to get started. First up, you will need a pair of AA batteries as well as 10 sheets of film for taking photos, which you can insert just by opening up this ridge. When you first get this, you will have this empty area, and when you buy this, you can just place it inside and close the ridge and you're just good to go. Then what you have to do is just press this button right here and the full lens will come up, frame your shot, and just press this shutter button and boom, you will have a snap or a Polaroid. Now in terms of image quality, this actually gives off a retro vibe to your photos, more like that Polaroid effect that you may find on your Snapchat filters, right? On my own perspective, I really like the style and look of those photos. It just has a mood and like a feel to it, unlike smartphone photography. And this is not for regular photography. You have to keep that in mind. For if you are a professional photographer and you like taking photos of persons, objects, subjects, then this is not the camera for you. You are better off with a DSLR or a smartphone. So for example, iPhone 11 series or the 12 series, which has great smartphone cameras. But this is for people who just want to take a quick snap of their precious moment and want that retro vibe. And this thing is not expensive too. This costs around 8,000 taka in Bangladesh, and so for that price, this is a pretty good camera. So now let me give some thoughts on what people think of this Polaroid. Now many people out there think that this is a pretty outdated technology. Some people think that this is a pretty niche device and its audience is pretty low, and I agree that on that too. But you gotta see, we still have at least that 0.01% of audience who still wants a Polaroid, and Fujifilm has done an excellent job with this iteration of the Instax Mini, because now you also have a viewfinder on the front for taking front selfies. So yeah, that's a pretty nice addition. And you gotta also keep in mind, as this is a totally analog camera, you might have a bit of frame inaccuracies, but you gotta forgive that because this is a century-year-old technology. Yet I am pretty surprised by the enthusiastic feel in Fujifilms, because they are still reviving this technology to this date and still keeping this thing alive. So you can get this in 5 different colors, blue, yellow, white, and also black color, but definitely this still is my color, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. So to sum this whole video up, if you want a small camera which will give you a hard copy of your photograph instantly and you want that retro vibe look to your photos, then yeah, the Instax Mini 11 is a great choice for you. So that's been it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe and leave a like down below. And that's me signing off. See you in the next one.